Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach who has lost and maintained a 140-pound weight loss, and it is Friday. So it's weigh-in day. We're gonna talk about my week, my first week on my cut. I'm going to give you all the life updates. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload a Friday weigh-in update video every week, and I actually upload 4 to 5 videos each week. Down in the description box, you'll find nutrition coaching. Highly recommend those personalized macros and calories. That's what I'm following on my 10-week cut. That is also what I followed to lose 140 pounds and maintain that weight loss, as well as one-on-one coaching for questions, accountability, or to talk with me directly. Links and discounts to my favorite things and my free Facebook group. Come join us. We would love to have you, are all down below for you. So let's talk about my week, my first week on my cut, my weigh-in, of course, for the week, as well as some updates. Happy Friday. I hope you had an amazing week. I had a pretty good week overall. It is monsoon season here in Arizona, so it's been kind of raining on and off. Thank goodness the thunder has been at a very minimum because Lola is petrified of thunder. I was up almost all night with her that it was really loud and thundering outside. And luckily, even though we've seen a lot of rain, which we really need, the thunder has been very minimal. So I'm so thankful for that. However, not very minimal are the mosquitoes. So I have mentioned multiple times that as soon as the rain hits here, the mosquitoes come out in full force and they stay out until monsoon season is over, which can be anywhere from August to October. It just kind of depends on the year. Now, last year we hardly got any rain at all, but this year we've gotten a good amount of rain, which, like I said, we definitely need. It just brings out unwanted mosquitoes. So this last Friday, not today, but last Friday, I got eaten alive at boot camp with bug spray. I put bug spray on every time I'm outside. Walking, going to boot camp, doing anything outside for a sustained period of time. Your girl's wearing sunscreen and I got eaten alive. I probably have 20 mosquito bites on the back of my legs. I got bit on my arm right here. I must not have sprayed I must not have sprayed bug spray right there. They literally swarm us, especially as the sun starts to come out and once we start getting sweaty. They really like us. So I was actually dreading Monday of this week because Julia's been out of town for a family reunion, so we've been having to work out outside. Now, granted, we did get to go back inside Wednesday and today, which was a huge blessing, but I was so nervous about getting eaten alive on Monday, and my friend Jamie saved the day, you guys. She brought, and I swear by these, Avon Skin So Soft Bug Repellent Wipes. So I know they have sprays, but the wipes, literally game changing. On Monday, Jamie gave me a wipe and I wiped myself from head to toe. I wiped it on my clothes, my face, into the back of my neck, every single inch of myself. I put this wipe on. Guess who didn't get a single mosquito bite on Monday? And in fact, as I was working out, I could see the mosquitoes swirling around, but they weren't landing on me. I don't know what voodoo magic is in those Avon wipes, but I went on to Avon's website. Jamie sent me a link and I bought 2 full boxes because if I'm going to have to navigate mosquitoes for the rest of the mosquito season, I need those wipes in my life. She gave me a couple more to make it until my Avon order comes in, but I was so excited about those. I can't believe the difference they made. It was not miserable on Monday. It was not miserable. It was hot and muggy and miserable in that way, but I didn't get a single mosquito bite. Hallelujah. Thank you, Avon. I'll put the link Jamie sent to me down below, and they were offering free shipping at the time that I ordered with the code. I think it was like GLAM25. I'll put all the information down below if you're interested, but hallelujah. Thank you, Avon. Thank you, Jamie. I am so excited to actually go work out some more. I'm so excited to not get eaten alive, especially when I'm walking to and from the gym on Thursday and Saturday, same situation. So those wipes, game changing for me this week. I did get in all of my workouts, and actually this last Sunday, my friend Jamie, the one that brought the wipes, and my good friend Lisa, we hiked Tumamock Hill at 5 a.m. on Sunday, and you know what was crazy? Not a single mosquito. So I don't know if it's just in areas where there's a source of water, I'm assuming, or grass, and we have a lot of grass at the skate park that we work out in because I forgot my bug spray on Sunday and I didn't get one mosquito bite. I don't know. I don't know where they live and where they thrive and where they come into play, but Tumamock was amazing. Now, it was hot and it was muggy, but we had an amazing walk. We had so much fun just chatting all the way up and back. The sunrise was absolutely gorgeous. It was busy. It was busy for a Sunday morning. So I got in a little bit of extra steps because that was actually my first day that I started my cut as well, was on Sunday. So getting in a little bit of extra movement was perfect. So speaking of my cut, like I said, I started on Sunday of this last week. I actually posted a video all about my cut. If you missed that video, I'll link it down below for you. I've been getting a lot of questions and I actually cover everything in that video. So it's in the description box, but honestly, it's been going really well. It's been going really well. I will say, it is a little more challenging on days that I go live for Bomb Party for my jewelry business, especially Saturday or Sunday, because those are my really long lives. I can be live for 5 to 7 hours, which means I'm not eating in the 5 to 7 hours. And then by the time I get off of my live, I'm so hungry, but I have to be mindful of what I'm eating. I will tell you what's really saved me, honestly, this week on my cut has been my factor meals, because I've been able to know exactly the macronutrients, calories, everything in those. I just pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes, and I've been eating those a lot because it's really easy for me to track them. I stay within my caloric deficit for my cut. I'm getting in my protein. I'm getting in a good amount of carbs through those factor meals. It's literally been life-changing. I just ordered another factor box yesterday because I've been utilizing those a lot. So if you're like me and you just have a hard time when it comes to if you have a hard time figuring out what to eat when you don't have something prepared, or it's just been a busy day and you don't have time to cook a meal, Factor has been game changing. Their juices, their smoothies, their meals are so good. I have also gotten some questions on what meals I select from Factor, because you get to pick what kind of meal you like. So most of the time I do the calorie one because it's going to be under 500 calories. I also love their protein focused one, their fiber focused one. I think there's one more. I think it's like carb conscious or macro conscious. Those are the ones I typically choose. The calorie ones are my favorite though, because they are going to give me a good amount of protein for moderate calories. Like for example, on Sunday, I had garlic chicken, potatoes, and green beans. And I want to say it was like 440 calories and 43 grams of protein, and absolutely delicious. Not a frozen meal. It tastes like a chef inspired restaurant meal. So I'll put Factor down below. I do have 50% off your first box, plus free delivery, plus 20% off all your boxes for the month. We order Factor once a week because Troy and I love their meals that much. So that has really saved me in my cut. I've been very thankful to have those meals on hand, because who knows what I would have done without having those prepared meals ready to go. I've been getting in my water. I've been making sure that I'm focused on whole foods. I've been eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot of lean meats. My chicken and rice dish that I made in Wednesdays What I Eat in a Day was fantastic. Lots of protein in there. It's actually been really good. And it's been so far easier than I expected it to be. And one thing I noticed pretty quickly, I started on Sunday, and by Wednesday, I felt like a lot of my inflammation and bloating had kind of dissipated. I felt like I looked leaner, even though the scale hadn't budged very much at all. I just felt less bloated, less inflamed, like I looked leaner, especially in Wednesdays What I Eat in a Day. When I was editing that video, I was like, man, I'm already seeing the benefits of this cut. And so that's been really, really great. And I'm also getting better sleep. I'm feeling much more satisfied throughout the day because I'm not eating as many processed foods. I do eat processed foods with my supplements, and sometimes it's like a side, like Poppables or something as a side, but I've really been focusing on whole food, and that's definitely helped keep me full being in a calorie deficit, which is huge because that makes losing weight, being in a cut, leaning down a lot easier. So it's been going really, really well. I did check in with my coach Clayton this morning. This was my first check-in. So on Sunday, I sent her pictures, measurements, and my weight. So when I checked in with her this morning, I sent updated pictures. I am planning on taking pictures every week, even though I'm not going to see a ton. I did see some difference though. I will say, remember I said I felt like the inflammation, bloatingness, I felt leaner. I definitely noticed that in the pictures. And I just sent her my weight, and then I have the option to send her my food tracker as well. I don't know that I'll send that every week, but your girl's been tracking everything. everything. And that's been a nice change of pace for me. It's definitely been eye-opening as well, as far as like what's in the foods that I was choosing calorie-wise, macro-wise. Some of the foods I thought were helping me reach my protein goal a little bit more than they were. So tracking has been really beneficial, and actually I think been a key component in my success so far on my 10-week cut. So I'm almost through week 1. We'll talk about my weigh-in at the end, but before I do, let me give you some life updates. So nothing really major has gone on as far as life. Everything with Troy has been stable. Everything with Palmer has been stable. We did drop off Lola's urine sample at the vet this week. We have not heard back, which is interesting. I'm actually going to call and follow up with them today and see if they tested her urine, what it looked like white blood cell wise. Is it better than it was last time? I definitely need to follow up on that. We did also take Lola in to get her nails trimmed this week. We had a little family outing. Troy, Palmer, myself, and Lola all took Lola to the nail trim place, which is in our old community, so only like 10 minutes away, and Lola got her nails trimmed. Unfortunately, her oncologist office no longer is able to do those for us at no charge. Every time I would take Lola in once a month, they would just trim her nails up for me. Well, they let me know that they weren't able to do that anymore, that it's a company-wide decision that they have to start charging. And I asked how much it was, and they said $45. $45 for a nail trim. I was like, nope. And when I take her into the place that she goes to, that she went to this last week, it's only $20. So she got her nails trimmed. Lola's nails grow like crazy, and she has really, really long quicks because before I rescued her, her nails were never maintained. So as a puppy, her quicks grew really long. And even though I've maintained her nails, we haven't been able to get those quicks to really go to be a little bit less. So we do have to trim her nails at least once a month because she's clicking around on the floor. So we did that this week. She's been doing well. We're still hit and miss on food. I did find these treats from the brand Full Moon. They're like these pepperoni sticks, and they're soft, and I'm able to shove her pills in those. So that's been really good. I've been able to get her to eat her pills, even the big ones, in a treat rather than lunch meat, just to kind of avoid the sodium a little bit. And obviously dog treats are meant for dogs where lunch meat isn't. So that's been a good win. This week with Lola, I've been able to get all of her pills into her that way. She's still really weird about food. She likes it one day, she doesn't like it the next day. She hardly eats any food. I don't know what to do. I've tried so many different food options. So when I take her into the oncologist, we're gonna have to talk about that again, because I even have found her eating her kibble off and on. And then one day she likes the canned food, the next day she doesn't. It's always a gamble whether Lola's gonna eat the food or not eat the food. But I mean, she's obviously not starving to death. You can see her, she's right there. She's definitely a healthy weight, if not a little over a healthy weight. So it's just so weird how everything changes from day to day with her. And it's always a guessing game. Is she gonna eat? Is she not gonna eat? She'll sometimes go 2 or 3 days and eat hardly anything, and then I'll get her to eat a whole can of food. So I just try to get in as much nutrition as I can into Lola. Also, this last week she had, I don't know if she was starting to get an ear infection, but her right ear was so dirty. We cleaned it out, put ear wash in there. We do have some medication for her ear. We put that in there. Poor Lola, she just can't catch a break. She has, however, been enjoying the cooler weather. Both her and Palmer have been laying out on the patio, rolling around, having a good old time. But overall, everybody in my family is doing really well, which is fantastic. I'm very, very, very thankful for that. No complaints on the front, and really very minimal updates, and all pretty much good updates for the week. Let's chat about my weigh-in. So it hasn't been a full week. Like I said, I started my cut on Sunday. It is Friday that I weighed. It's today, Friday, that I'm weighing in. So not quite a full week, but we're seeing some progress in a lot of areas. Like I mentioned, I feel good. I feel lean. I feel less inflamed. I also didn't mention that I feel like I have a little more energy during my workouts too, which is huge. That was one of the things that I was really striving for during this cut. But the scale also is performing in a positive way. When I stepped on the scale this morning, I am down 0.8 pounds. So I'm almost down a full pound, not even a whole week into my cut. And I mentioned in that video this last Sunday that I don't care about losing pounds on the scale. I care more about focusing on inflammation, bloating, leaning down, being able to see lean muscle, really just trimming down whatever the scale says that looks like for the scale. But it is nice to see my hard work paying off the scale and in my body. So I'll go ahead and pop up here on the screen my weigh-in for the week, how much I've lost total, and my current weight, and that is not even 1 week into my cut. So we will have to see what the next week brings, and I have a feeling that it'll get easier and easier as I move into my cut and get into more of a habit with the foods that I'm eating, and just making I don't have to focus as much on thinking about it as we move further into the cut, but I'm grateful for week 1. I feel like it was huge. It was huge in a lot of ways, and it's been easier than I thought. It's been easier than I thought, and that is a huge win. Let me know down below, how was your week? How was your weigh-in? Are you doing the cut along with me? Let me know how everything is going for you and how your week was. And of course, if you enjoyed today's weigh-in, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your bell on, and I will see you tomorrow for this week's grocery haul. Have a wonderful Friday. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.